Hi, everyone, and welcome to my review of a film called A War. This is one of the 5 films nominated at this year's Academy Awards for Best Foreign Language Film. I believe this one comes from the country of Denmark, so it's in Danish, and it comes from the director of a film that I saw on Netflix a few years ago called A Hijacking. This is not a sequel to A Hijacking, this movie A War, even though it has a similar title, but it does have some of the cast from A Hijacking, and I do recommend A Hijacking. It's a really great film, and it would be a really great double feature watching that and Captain Phillips. So A War takes place in modern times. Again, it's about a war. It's about the war in Afghanistan, and we get to know a bunch of Danish military men as they're serving. We get to know the main star. I recognized him from A Hijacking film, A Hijacking, the movie, whatever. And he's leader of these guys, and he's telling them what to do, and they're fulfilling their mission, and blah 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 blah. When it comes to war films, at the same time, the movie goes back and forth from that to his family. He has a wife and 2 sons and a girl. So the movie goes back to what he's going through and what his family is going through. The kids are kind of normal in the sense that they're not really aware of where Daddy is. They know he's off to war, but they don't really know what really is going on. Where the mother, she's dealing with a lot of emotion because she misses her husband, of course. The kids miss their father, but she's missing her husband, and she's dealing with her kids are, being kids. They're being kids. But she's the one that's dealing with this the most than on that side of the story. So the movie goes back and forth telling these 2 stories. And I was really interested to see this film. Not only is it because it's nominated for an Academy Award, but also it is nominated. It is from a director that I do admire, and the director's actually he wrote the screenplay for The Hunt. That's another really amazing film that you must find and see. I think that movie was nominated a few years ago for Best Foreign Language Movie. I like the balance between both stories, though I was more interested in what was going on in the war part. I thought it was very authentic, and it felt as real as possible a movie can get. It was intense. There was a lot of great moments of battle and gunfight sequences, and so a lot of great sound. I mean, there's a scene in the movie where one of the soldiers lands on a mine, and it was loud in the theater. I jumped. I literally jumped in my seat when that scene happened. But I like the way this film is presented. That's probably the most important part. It doesn't feel Hollywood. It actually feels like a real war movie. Like I'm really in the action with these people, and I'm dealing with them and also learning what their family's dealing with at the same time. I like the back and forth of both things as we get to see. Not only does war affect the soldiers, of course, but it also affects their families back home. And then there's also a subplot of what happens to the soldier, the main soldier, and what he goes through and what he has to kind of defend himself of the work that he's done. So that was really interesting. It kept my attention for the 2-hour period that it was, and I like that there was not a lot of musical score in the film. There wasn't a musical score to tell you how to feel, to remind you you're watching a movie. There was none of that. I mean, there was a little bit, just a little bit from time to time, but not a lot. So you really got the sense that you were seeing something real. You got the sense that you were seeing realism, a realistic situation. And I cared about both sides. I actually cared about both sides. I cared about the wife, and I cared about the husband, to the point where I wasn't that emotionally involved with both of them. I cared about them, but there was never a moment where I really felt their pain and agony of what their longing. I never really felt that. I just blame myself on that because I think the movie's quite perfect for what it does, for what it has to do. I think it does a perfect job. I don't know if this is one of my favorite movies of the year, one of the best films I've ever seen on the subject of modern warfare, but I thought it was very good, and I thought it was pretty great, I should say. I thought it was pretty great because it handles it respectfully, in a proper way. It doesn't really force a message. If you're looking for a message movie, thankfully this is not here. I'm glad there wasn't some political message thrown down our throats about what the soldiers go through. It is a straight story, thankfully, and that's what I enjoyed the most about it. It did make me think about other war movies that kind of tackle this subject, about the soldiers' experience and what their family's going through. So I like movies like that. I wish more war films would focus on that. We don't just see one side of the action. We also see what the family's going through as well. To me, that's more fascinating than just a straightforward war film. So I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. It's definitely worthy of being in this category of best foreign language movies. I don't think it's going to win. I definitely believe that the one I believe is going to win. And in the comment box below, have you had a chance to see A War? Have you actually seen A Hijacking as well? I'm really excited to see where this filmmaker goes to next. If he's going to make this kind of a trilogy and put an A in the front. I don't know. Of course, that's the American title. It's definitely something different in the language that it is in. All right, everyone, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to give A War, I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.